Good morning. Welcome to CATEX-TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. This is a live broadcast from Princeton, New Jersey. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, 2010. It's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. It's 9:30 a.m. in Mexico City. It's 3:30 p.m. in London and 12:30 p.m. in Hamilton, Bermuda. If you need to reach us during the broadcast, you can phone in toll-free at 1-866-667-CATEX. Overseas, our AOL instant mail address is CATEX-TV. Well, we'll go right to our main story. Our main story right now is, I'm watching the monitor here, President Obama is about ready to come out. He's going to sign the health care bill at the White House. Yesterday, the stock market was up about 45 points. It's up today about 23 points. Economic ruin has not befallen the country. Yesterday, the insurance sector and the healthcare sector actually saw upticks. The president signing the bill in the, it looks to be the East Room of the White House. In attendance, I can see Speaker Pelosi, Leader Reid, a number of other people. Conspicuous by their absence are any Republicans who were not invited, frankly. So it'll be very interesting in the United States now. The Republicans have staked their entire midterm electoral effort on running against health care reform. Good luck. Well, now to our news. There was really a heck of a storm in Western Australia last night, out in Perth, Australia. It was a freak thunderstorm. It's caused more than 100 million Australian dollars in damage. This is according to the state premier of Western Australia. He declared his city an insurance catastrophe. He said, from my memory, this would be the worst and most severe weather conditions we've had since the famous May storm back in '94, where we had very, very strong winds and a massive loss of power supply. The narrow band of intense weather brought golf ball-sized hailstones, lightning, strong winds, and severe local flooding. A mudslide damaged an apartment complex. 14 schools were forced to close. The hail caused damage to property and destroyed 300 new cars at a car dealership. Part of the ceiling at the Perth domestic airport collapsed. More than 150,000 homes lost power at the peak of the storm. 85,000 remained without power overnight, and they're expecting more bad weather today. Well, it must have been like a scene out of the TV show 24 or the British TV show Spooks. In the City of London, down in the financial sector, the Financial Services Authority, the FSA, swooped in on 6 men conducting the largest ever insider dealing operation that's been found by the FSA. The FSA sent a total of 143 agents together with personnel from the SOCA organization, who are the Serious Organized Crime Agency. 16 addresses have been searched this morning in London, the Southeast, and in Oxfordshire. Documents and computers have been seized from residences and businesses. 6 men, including 2 senior city professionals at leading city institutions and 1 city professional at a hedge fund, have been arrested on suspicion of being involved in a sophisticated and long-running insider dealing ring. It's believed that the city professionals passed inside information to traders who traded based on this information and have made significant profits as a result. No further details can be confirmed at this time, but we are looking. Well, last week, Flagstone Chairman Mark Byrne mentioned at the reinsurance conference in Bermuda that redomesticating reinsurers from Bermuda are no big deal. He indicated that, in fact, his own company might go ahead and do it. Well, today, David Brown made the announcement. Flagstone is going to move its place of incorporation from Bermuda to Luxembourg. They've cited the need to settle the company's identity as a European company. Flagstone said that its board is recommending to the shareholders a plan to change the company's place of incorporation from Bermuda to Luxembourg. David Brown said the move would increase the company's strategic and capital flexibility. He said, we're proud of our unique global business, and this change, which results in our holding and principal operating companies being in Europe, settles our identity as a European company with a substantial and important branch in the thriving Bermuda market. Just as an FYI, go to the Royal Gazette, Bermuda.com. And you will see that the police have made an arrest in the drive-by murder over the weekend. Not that they're connected. Two more insurers have come in with their Chilean estimates. Amlin, coming out of London, has estimated its net losses from the February 27th quake in Chile between 142 million and 165 million US. Again, they're basing their estimates on the insured market loss of 3.9 billion to 7.7 billion and modeling on its CAT excess of loss reinsurance accounts. Translation, they don't have any actual numbers yet. The company notes that exposures to the Chilean quake lie mainly in its international property CAT account. Also at the same time, Arch down in Bermuda came in with pre-tax earnings being impacted by $35 to $50 million from the Chilean quake and less than $15 million from Xynthia. Stock market remains up about 23 points now, and we'll go to a word from our sponsors.
You may have already seen the demonstration of the CATEX Global Exchange in action. Some of the features of the exchange and our Pivot Point 2 software are especially useful to facultative and excess surplus lines brokers and markets. Here, we see the opening page of the contract workspace, which shows some of the details of a facultative risk as seen by the listing broker. Behind this opening page are screens which provide details of the contract of certificate, details on the parties or markets on the certificate, details of the exposures on the certificate, including aggregate data of the underlying risks, details on each of the insured risks, policy or certificate documents, including document templates, as well as automatic email links. This screen also provides links to details of the layers for brokers, the at-risk markets, premium information, policy accounting statements, the policy claims history, endorsements, and contract documents. The Pivot Point system is the backbone of the exchange platform. Pivot Point provides easy input of data as well as seamless structuring of the data into policy documents, accounting records, and statements, as well as underwriting criteria. The system allows brokers to focus their efforts on where they bring their clients the most value added, determining the appropriate layers and selecting the markets which are appropriate for the risk and layer. In these markets, timing and access to data are especially critical. For example, in a risk involving numerous properties, a broker will likely have a data file listing the properties subject to the risk. The system allows brokers to easily upload data files to the system. The exchange allows brokers to offer the risk and make sure the data are available only to markets authorized by the broker. The exchange software automatically converts the uploaded data to structured data. Markets which are interested in reviewing the risk can easily use the data to underwrite the risk. We are working on providing links to a third-party risk assessment firm which will be able to provide property-level risk of loss calculations. These are only some of the features which make the CATEX Global Exchange and our Pivot Point system especially useful to brokers and markets in the facultative and excess and surplus lines business. Please contact us for a demonstration of all the advantages you can get from the CATEX Global Exchange and the Pivot Point system. CATEX, an unfair advantage unless you are trading with us.
Well, I must have missed something. In 1994, I remember with great fanfare, the British returned the crown colony of Hong Kong to the People's Republic of China. Prince Charles was there. There was a elaborate send-off ceremony as the keys to the city were handed back to Beijing. Nevertheless, Google has chosen Hong Kong as a place to relocate its search engines from China. And this decision by Google to shut down its internet search site for mainland China and stop censoring search results has prompted a reaction from the Chinese. The Chinese say that it's totally wrong and represents a politicization of business issues. In an immediate and sharply critical response to Google's action, China said that the company had violated the written promise it made when it entered the Chinese market. The state-run Xinhua news agency said, "We firmly oppose politicizing commercial issues and express our dissatisfaction at Google's unreasonable accusations and practices." All right, they're complaining about an announcement Google made last night